What's going on? It's me, Larry Chiang, and of course I report and collect stuff on what they don't teach you in school. And Dale Irvin was kind enough to let me corral him. So Dale, say hi.
Hello.
So Dale does awesome stuff in humor and is a speaker at the NSA. Actually, not this year, but every year previously. But tell us about humor and how you work the humor as a fundamental.
What I do is I am the world's only professional summarizer. I go to meetings, I listen to all of the speakers, go to all the events, and then I write a comedy monologue mocking them, which I deliver immediately afterwards. And it's funny that you should say this is stuff you don't learn in school. I learned everything I know in school. I was the kid in the back row who made fun of the teacher and the other kids, and my teachers used to tell me, oh, you're never going to amount to anything. And I wish they were alive today just so that I could, foreclose on their houses. But that's what I do. I just bring more laughs into the meetings industry by making people chuckle about what they just heard. Plus, they remember the serious points when it's brought back to them again in a humorous way.
So you basically trick people into learning, or you?
I don't trick them into learning. No, I just put more fun, I guess, into the learning process.
Interesting.
And if you're laughing, you're learning. So.
Interesting. So you're more engaged and you're more involved.
Yes, exactly. You stay awake. It gives them something else to talk about during the coffee break. They pay more attention, because if they don't pay attention to the speaker, they're not going to get the jokes afterwards.
Right. So how would you advise a person who's not very funny when he talks? Not that I know of anybody like that.
I would, don't ever force it. I would never force. If you're not funny, well, don't try to be funny. Just do your regular program. But if you want to become funnier, hang around funny people, watch funny shows on TV, read funny books, and eventually, you'll develop a sense of humor, which will help you in your program. But if you're not funny to start with, you ain't getting funny.
So, who are some of your mentors for comedy, or did you develop it on your own, or what are some techniques?
My only mentor probably would have been my father, who was a very funny guy and always looked at the funny side of anything that happened in life. And then when I was growing up, I had 3 comedy idols. One was Johnny, and anybody under 30 is not going to know any of these names. But one was Johnny Carson, who had the best timing of any comic. One was Steve Allen, who had the quickest wit of any comic. And the other one was George Carlin, who had the sickest mind of any comic. And I kind of try and combine the 3 of those.
Awesome. So, person who's going to be far generations in the future Dale Irvin, how would you advise that person?
I would say that they should probably call me and let me mentor them for huge amounts of money, because I don't know how else to teach this other than to just to do it. I spent many years in comedy clubs just learning how to handle every possible kind of heckler that was out there. So that's
interesting.
You got to learn it in the trenches.
Interesting. I love the whole trench warfare thing, and I totally appreciate your time.
Okay. Why do we keep doing this with the? He's into this fist bumping thing.
It's an energy
thing. People don't
thing.
shake hands anymore. They bump fists, and that's. I guess it's just where it is.
Here we go.
There you go. See, that's much better.
That's
much
me
better.
taking feedback. That's me taking feedback. I've never taken feedback before. And you know what? If you don't like this content, okay? Can you look at some of my other content? Because I think it might. Actually, this is probably the best content